Peeps, are you with me? What's up, peeps? How you doing, peeps? Peeps are here. What is up? Welcome to the show. Hi, how y'all doing? Still here, live, because once again, NAS Arrow is just missing in action due to, before it was COVID, now it really might be COVID. Swear to God, don't know what keeps that dude alive. He's almost, you gotta be close to dead at this point. Talking about the sickness keeps going around and going around and going around, and yeah, we feel him. It's a bad situation. Uh, so he's out again. Welcome to the show. Um, Ukraine getting stronger. Ukraine getting stronger. Putin getting weaker. Only a matter of time before that loser stupid machine gets out of there. And how you like the view? Look, I told you that new stuff is coming. I'm working on it. I ain't lying. New camera is up. New camera is in. Is it? Hope we look good. It's not exactly where I'm at, but I'm experimenting because this might be the view for this show, but it might be a little different for another show. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. And I brought up a Pilum because, well, I had this idea, and kind of related to what I was talking about on the previous shows. You guys might have heard that I said, like, I got some big news coming. That news is being put into effect, and I'm working it. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but this is part of it. So I'm doing this. This is Pilum. This is a version of Pilum that you see here. Pilum is always made out. It's a javelin. It's just made big, but what we got going on here is I'm trying to get the cargo variant to be cargo variant. So I'm looking at stuff here. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to see how I want to do this. So you're coming along because I got this far deliberately so I could get further along on the show. Not the cargo box. Like, I was thinking about this as I've been alongside, and Jesus fudge. Yeah, sorry. I gotta watch out for shit like that because of the new setup. Let me see if I can get all the crap out the way here. Yeah. So what the idea is that I'm trying to see. That'd be cool if it was like that there. Yeah, so what we're doing is, of course, putting on the box, and the box that we're thinking about here is a lot like you went along and saw OAE's boxes, the MUPs. Um, I'm not taking the building boxes. I can build the boxes in a cargo area, but I prefer to like have some pre-man to get on board and just do it up because I want the planes to be done quicker and easier. So use anything, and the bigger the plane, the better. The thing is, so I've got like your TP tube here. There's definitely going to be potential for like one beneficial of time. I don't know. You remember growing up as kids? These things used to be really thick. They've gotten lighter and lighter through the years. Just makes it easier for planes to carry them. And every box it's like that. These little baby boxes here. So that's what I've been thinking about. My microphone's wearing a hat. But in the meantime, I was trying to figure out, like, Pilum is definitely the heavier duty one, so I think it's important that it does that. I don't know if it matters that it goes all the way to the end. Should it go all the way to the end? Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like it better this way. But the kicker here is not trying to do it that way. I'm not trying to make it, like, I don't care that it's to the trailing edge like this is. I'm trying to I'm wondering also if I should make it like blue here or just white. This plane brought to you by Crest Advanced. Um, you ever notice that like all the packaging in the world on toothpastes and like they'll tell you all kinds of things, Pro Health Advanced, and all you people, all you sheeple out there love buying like Crest and made it the number one because reasons. I mean, like seriously, who like do you really? Nobody. You just buy it. You know, you just buy it. You buy it. You're sheeple. You don't think about it. But I mean, if you look at these boxes, all toothpastes have like basically three primary active ingredients. And depending on what they do, any of the ones that are advanced and say they do gum or like cavity protection, your basic one is like sodium fluoride. If you get this one with active gum or anything else, and this is my rant, this is kind of my rant for the week. But like if you get these newer ones here, Jesus, I busted out the other one. God damn it! Right, fine. But if you get the other ones, they have stannous fluoride, which is the new shit, supposedly slightly better, and I guess it is. But the whole point of that being, it's like no matter what the front label says they do, they all have the same active ingredient, and most of them even have it in the exact same amounts. So it's like, what exactly are you really doing? I mean, for real, what are you doing? It's not doing much of anything different. So what I was getting at though is the sheeple go out there and just buy the Crest, thinking like, well, yeah, look at what it does. Advanced with helps sensitivity plaque tartar. They all do this. They all have the same freaking stuff. You don't have to pay more for your toothpaste just because it comes in a glossy box that claims it does everything. Some people just don't spend the money on the glossiness or the words. I mean, yeah, others do other different things, but it's like, who freaking cares? Really, who freaking cares? Anyway. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Okay, that's fine. All right. So go buy yourself some adequate toothpaste, people. Ah, see, that's why I did. It's got to be like this because I don't want the ramp going down. I want it going up. There's a method to this. I wanted this opening to actually be this way because actually I don't know why. I just wanted it to be this way. So yeah, this box is going on board because Pilum's the biggest and the heaviest, and I think it can handle it. I don't think the box can stay shut, but other than that, we're okay. So what we're doing here is like we knew Pilum, like you knew my Pilum was the heavy airlifter slash the heavy bomber. And the heavy bomber would look a little different like this, but I'm more keen on working the airlifter, so God, you suck. Dude, stop! That's unhandy. So again, what I was actually doing was saying, come along with me while we build Pilum with some transportability issues. Again, and we're not taking the time to build no mups. I'm more American in my phrase. I like instant gratification. I want the thing to be done when I'm done. So what we're doing here is sticking it to the box prematurely. That's going to be a problem. We'll develop something to hold the box shut when it's on the plane. So the box stays on board. And again, one of the things we were talking about when we did this originally was the fact that javelins can take like just about anything. Like quite literally, javelins take just about anything. So the Pilum as well take about anything. So I'm adding tape and adding boxes, and basically javelin should, or Pilum in this case, should be okay. Oh, oui, French roast. Does it matter if it's the same level? Probably not. Sorry, this is because it's a build show. I just want to get the show out there. What have y'all been doing this week? Um, this is a live show and it's a build show, and I wanted to get it out here. I figured you'd come along, so forgive me because it's a build show. It's gonna be kind of quiet. Always has a tendency to be quieter when we do building, but again, we're here to share ideas, and the idea, of course, is to have a box that fucking stays shut. That works kind of. You know, the funny thing is until I put it on board, it wasn't having this problem. It's like it's doing it now. Okay. There. And there was a method to doing this. This is supposed to be the center spine that was supposed to make this a little bit more blendable. God, that sucks. What we're doing here is we're forming something because I don't believe in semis. I don't want just a giant freaking box up here that's going to be, well, basically, just a giant box of wind blocking. So trying to form it here in this front end of this aircraft. You can see what we're doing here. Like I said, we're taking the plane, we're making the plane, a little bit more aerodynamic. We're making the plane being able to transport some stuff. I mean, it's whatever you need it to do, of course, but I shouldn't have done that right now. But it'll work out. If I have to, I'll cut it back again. I already cut it once. Apparently, I'm going to have to close that box. You might hear me say box a little bit during this show. So you can see how it's turning out, though. You can see I built a base Pilum, and I just didn't put wings. I didn't fold the wings like I would fold standard wings. Okay. Box there. We're going to have to... Oh, it'll be okay, I think. So we'll do it that way. So now we got... Like, it's a Pilum in essence, other than the fact that I didn't make wings on it. It's just the fuselage, right? So... I guess what I should do is this here. This is the cardstock piece that if you were with us last show, which wasn't last week. By the way, sorry about that last week's show. I don't know why we didn't get one out there. I'm just distracted. I had things to do, so it wasn't like I was trying to avoid the show. I was really trying to put a show out, but I really had something to do. It's been a busy week and a half. I got you to show last time, but now this time's gonna be like different. So now we got. Let's see here. Now the trick is, how do we want to? How far do we want to take it up? Like all the way, right? Most of rackery. Right. So, oh yeah. Because it's cardstock, it makes it a little bit harder to do this. You guys can come up with different ways of obviously making your planes that run around and do stuff like this. I should have waited for manufacturing Monday, but I wanted to get this done. I've been working on this in the last couple of days, and really wanted to get this cranked out. So I was like, screw it. I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to do it on the show so people can see it and like, oh, that's what he's doing. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, maybe if he did this, like you could shower with me with ideas, and you could possibly take this idea to heart, come up with one of your own, whatever you want to do. It's built out of a calendar. Has most of your, at least you good starting point for your bigger ones. That's what I use anyway. Got that there. Now we got a little premature with putting my box on board apparently. Jesus. So what we got to do is that's not even. All the work on these is like more complex than it seems. And you have to go through eyeballing stuff. You can't just, it's more than just like, I mean, you could Y13 it if you watched his videos. You can Y13 it and put it through the ringer as far as like get your numbers gone. But like, there's a lot of us who are just weekend builders. There's a lot of us who need it for combat. There's a, I say that like that, of course, but I mean, what you're not going to want to do, you don't want to. Damn, did I have a folder? I had a folder. What you don't want to do is you don't want to have like. You don't want to make it so complex that you can't build it on the spot. Should you need it on the spot? I don't believe in that at all. So. Oh, I see. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to fan it out there. That doesn't need to be a thing. This needs to be a thing. Okay, so. God, stop, man. All right. From that to here needs to be a fold, I think. And of course, playing around with it, a Pilum slash a Javelin. Anybody that's got been an IVPAC member or been watching the shows through the years, we tell you about the interceptors. You're playing that intercepts the others. Probably your most important combat plane, for whatever reason, of course. And well, the interceptor just so because you're dealing with an aircraft that would have a heavier nose and would take much less of a weight penalty for adding this stuff that you're about to add onto it here for these situations. Oh yeah, that's about right. And the fact that it's not switching over. Okay, so you're not going. So you need to be. Okay, so queso. Oh, hymns like the queso. Johnny Queso. Okay, so what I did was I put the angle is a little too severe. Actually, it's not that it's too severe, it's that I've got to make sure it goes around the box. And I'm trying to make this like not exact and yet exact at the same time. I don't really think that what we do needs to be like perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm trying to make this plane a little bit more aerodynamic for, ultimately its purpose, which would be to. That should be stupid. We're trying to cover that. Okay, so that makes that. All right. See, the problem I'm having with it, of course, is I'm using this. This is a super heavy piece. So, I mean, for real, it's like really heavy. I shouldn't have used this cardstock. This thing is like so damn thick that using it for this purpose is probably a dumb idea at best. And I'm doing exactly what I said I shouldn't be doing, where like, okay, if I were to build a paper box, yeah, I could build it to my specifications and everything, but it would take me much more time to get it to form around the aircraft. Whereas this way, at least I'm getting it about right. I'll put it up here. That's not bad. So if I carried that fold up, interesting. Carried that fold, which is what I was trying to do, but can't get it to. Oh, craptastic. Alright, like I said, I should never have used this. This is a horrible piece for this stuff. You want to consider that when you're building these. what you're trying to do, of course, is mold fit the build that you're having here so that the aircraft is, again, more aerodynamic holding this box. I said I was trying to keep it easy. This isn't exactly the easiest way to go, but you will get a plane out of it, because you don't know what you're going to end up dealing with on the backside of the plane. So I don't think it would probably be beneficial to actually form the entire version of whatever plane you're going with here before you build the others. So I got this here, right? Set that way. And believe me, it's harder than it seems. Like, I'm having a little bit of an issue, but the reason I'm having a little bit of an issue is because I'm making this out of cardstock. So, only reason I'm actually doing some of these folds is to make it easier to get this plane, to get this piece, rather, folded down, because it just wants to do what it wants to do. I made the mistake of using cardstock. But there's another actual reason for this, believe it or not. It's not just because I wanted to use cardstock and I wanted to use paper that I had left over, because that is, I mean, admittingly, that's kind of the primary reason. The whole other part of it, though, was that I wanted to make it the nose heavier, because I feared that this aircraft was having a problem with its weight, since the fuselage is gone. So I'm bringing some of it back with this, trying to make it have some structure. Trying anyway. Not succeeding so much, but trying. All right, so if I can't get that door to stay closed, we're gonna have a problem anyway. Damn birds. All right. Well, the folds up front didn't turn out the way I meant it. So you see what I'm trying. You see what I got there so far is, like, you're following the fold along there. So now, yeah, the plane kind of bends at that stage, but I'm hoping to prevent that actually with some cuts, and goes right into the body of the cargo area. This is also probably a prime candidate for some structure we always used to talk about. Okay, so again with the queso. Somebody say something about cheese. Again, I could put the structure on it. I just don't want to. I can also fold that down a little to make it meet so that this one comes up, but I don't want to do that either. So basically what we're doing here is got your folds, got your out. I guess I gotta keep it like this. Keyboard's in the way. Put the keyboard a little bit further back. Oh, come on. Alright, so that there folds to that there. The nose is like, nose is crazy, because if I fold it up, the nose meets pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's about there. So I can cut that off. Okay. I cut that off, and I'm going to, because excess does us no good when the rest of this can body form in the first place. And it is. It's forming fairly well. I mean, considering that it's made out of that cardstock crap, this is actually doing a pretty good job. Again, I apologize for missing you last week, and I do apologize for being quieter on the show, but we're concentrating on a build here. You want to chime up with some ideas, comments, something I'm doing right, something I'm doing wrong, go ahead and bring it on up. Um, I'm just trying to, there's a lot of folds in that. I was hoping to use that as a center spine in here to strengthen the meeting of the area here, but I may forego that too. I know you guys have probably seen how to, when you make these cuts. Good God! It's right there. Stop. I know when you make these cuts, you've probably seen exactly how you can, you know the triangle trick. You cut into it like pie pieces, so that your reverse pie pieces will just venture on in. That's what you're trying to do there. Um, I did that because I wanted that fold to meet, um, like I thought it was gonna do, but whatever. Damn it! Stop! Aggravating. Okay, so I know we're always talking about queso on this show. Why is that? Could almost work. Why is it not being? Okay, so right there. I'm also hovering over this. I haven't decided firmly yet because I'm not exactly sure how I want to. I don't know how I want this to be. It's harder to fold, and I'm not entirely sure that I want. Why are you doing that? I'm not entirely sure that I want it to be the way you see it. Like, if I just fold it over the nose, give it a single fold, but do I want it to blend or do I want to cut it blend it? You know, I haven't firmly decided that, and I'm having the problem because I haven't fully decided if this is going to be. Everything's in the way. Damn thing's too big. Here we said we were talking about having new camera view, a new part of the show, and I haven't actually done it yet because each time I try to do it, I come up with something like this, and I want to do these. Fold's a little too elongated, but that's okay. I know I just said I got to do that too, so now what I got to do is I got to form this fold a little bit more. Like I said, the V cut when you do the folds. Um, and hopefully you guys know this trick. When you do the cuts that are like that, cut the little wedges out, so that of course when they fold, they form and they form up. I'm sure you've probably done that a few times. I wasn't going to do it this way. I was going to try to get the folds involved, but I find that like I'm kind of liking where this nose is going to end up going. So yeah, I'm going to take these out. Yeah, it should probably be a little bit longer than that. So we're going to lengthen that cut to here. And then bring this one in a bit this way. I'm sorry you guys are kind of not seeing that because it's so close to the edge, but you are seeing it because you can see it. So basically I increased this cut. Not so much here, but the depth of it this way. I want it to be further along. Dude, stop. Be further along the run of the fold. You can follow the line all you want. There you go. Jesus. one closer to this one here. Stop it. Okay. Now you can do this however you want. Obviously, your plane. My plane, I want it to be a little bit more streamlined, a little less busy. Okay, this has got to come away a bit. Means this also has to be split. So yeah, you're basically cutting in some pants legs and you're trying to get your folds in such a way that you make your... I mean, it's a cargo plane, so you don't have it to be too streamlined. But also, when you think about it, like this portion, like I also gave it some thought, which I dispensed with now that I've started doing this, that this could be an auxiliary cargo area with the thick stuff. But I've kind of poo-pooed that because it's like, well, what's the point now? Although if I could, like, you see what I'm doing there. If I can clasp that, it'd make a pretty good run on the cargo. So it's a possibility. It's still a possibility. I actually kind of like it to be a little bit even more down than that, but whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. So now the nose is practically there. There might be a little bit that shoots in, but I think it'll be negligible for this particular aircraft. I think if I took the cut up to here, I could get this to start folding in. So trying to form the body in such a way that it like looks rounded and pointed. Not so hard when you involve tape. Powerhouse can get with you on that. Y13 can get you on that and show you exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. Whereas I might have separated these a little too much. Yeah. Well, these aren't. The problem is like it's not a shallow cut here. This needs to be a shallower cut. Make it a shallower cut up to this edge here. Jesus, I cut like a drunk chicken. Yeah, and I said I wanted to keep this simple. Oh, it's kind of simple. So the way that's working, I'm gonna need to do that. So and realize this is so bad that I can't. Like that edge is not where I thought it was going to end up. So now I've got an edge that's like not meeting down right here. So I got to try to fold that back into it after I've done all this on cardstock. Okay, lesson learned on this one. Don't use cardstock. Cardstock blows. There's just no manipulation here for what it is you're trying to do. Yes, I can just as easily cut this off. I can just as easily cut these pieces off, form it, tape it, and it's done. I know that. But I'm not doing that because, again, I want to use some of this stuff's weight to add weight back into the nose that I lost when I didn't fold a proper javelin or pilum nose and wing. So that's the only thing that's making this a little bit more difficult than it would normally be. While you're following along on something that's just taking too long and you're going like, the hell is he doing? Why isn't he done? Believe me, I know. I'm making this way more stupid than I should. But again, I started off in the hole because I'm making this out of freaking cardstock. So that's just not working out the way I meant it. It's just too narrow. And this stupid thing. I guess what I would need to do. Well, that's a straight cut. So if I'm going to fold that and then keep these inbound, what I need to do is like body fit that. That's the body shape. I guess what I could do actually in that case is tape that down. Stop screwing around with this. Trying to use this tape up so I don't have to use this. Remember, if y'all been watching the show, you've been sitting with me through this ridiculous kind of tape I'm dealing with here that has like horrible, horrible shape. Dude. Okay, what I want it to do is I'm apparently going to have to cut the spine way deep because the fold is uncooperative. Okay, so now I can do like this here. Bigger scissors, please. I said it's still the wedge cut that you're making so you can body mold. Wow, I can't believe nobody's here tonight. Actually, what am I talking about? Yes, I can. I let y'all down last week. Now we're down to this. We're back. We're stronger. Okay, so that. That's the big trick, is it's got to mesh. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Okay. But I do want it to start bodifying itself, so I needed to do that. I needed to do that. If I can get that right there. Take a powerhouse paper planes method on folding these up and building these out, taping these up, I should say, so that it forms more what we're trying to achieve. But any one of us worth our salt knows how to like fold these up so that they cooperate and everything. Cut them properly and fold them. Fudge. I think it's best if I just actually have a whole bunch of these ready so that I could do some taping. And again, kind of crucial that you get yourself some pretty good tape for this. Not the shitty version I got that doesn't like to cut its stuff. Because that's what's going on here. I'm having problems. I'm having loads of problems. I'm having design issues. I'm having, oh, now y'all want to grip the table. That's awesome. I love it. Alright, so you got that there. You got that there. Had the last couple days off. Couldn't fly because of rain and the gustiest wind we've had in a long time. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't that gusty. Actually, it wasn't that long ago that we had gustier winds. So, that's a lie too, but yeah, it knows I'm trying to fly, so it doesn't allow me to do shit like that. It just goes like, oh, you flying? Just kick up that wind. Screw you guys. You ain't getting shit. Alright, so. You got a little bit of the nose starting to form there. Finally. Probably give it a keel here in a minute. Meantime, trying to blend this. Alright, fine, I'll get rid of it. I really wasn't going to do this, but maybe I could just put these back in. And I did that because I literally just had an idea once I did that shit. Like, okay, I could probably reform these in here. And what I can do is like tape that back on at the top and have ourselves a merry little Christmas. If you would stop going in when you're out and go to inside, then I can have a blended body. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, so are y'all hungry for cheese yet? Because I keep saying queso. Nice. I like that. Look pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. All right, then we'll do the other thing. Do the same thing with the other side here. Actually, what you want to do in this case before you actually really do fully seal it is try to snake some structure in here to push against so you can make sure that the tape is as taped down as it could tape. And again, I'm dealing with some what you call, this is nastiness cardstock, so it's not helping me out much. Have yourself some tape at the ready so you can do stuff like this. I'm gonna do a body blend here with this tape. Keep in mind, I said before, I'll say it again, this is more like a javelin, so I don't really care. I'm trying to keep it with some aerodynamics. Trying to let her retain some of her shape. But it's also not gonna be like fully, like, I don't care that much. So here we go, we're gonna put a couple sheets here. Stop! God damn. I'm also thinking, now that I've actually got it on board, I'm also realizing exactly how strong this is making the front end anyway, so I don't have to worry about it too much. This is one of the first bomb slash transports I've built in a long time, fully able to take some stuff. I mean, all your transports should carry, and I've had some, but this one is going to be really good for stuff like this. Damn it, tucked in too much. That's okay. Tuck in on the body is not a bad thing. So now we'll take some of the spare tape we created here, seal up this body. You guys got so addicted to me having the show on at 9:30. Like, I took you by surprise coming in on this early like this, huh? So I'm using that. You saw me using the actual packing tape. Stop! So I'm having to flip to find the corner, of course. But each time I do it, I attach it to the desk and then I leave it available so I can find the other corners. I'm not trying to waste. Not trying to waste anything. Not trying to create waste. Not trying to kill a tree. Trying to make it right. So that's horrible. But whatever. Alright. That's just going to stick up because dick. Let's see if I can fix that too. This is rudimentary. Usually build a little bit better than this. Trying to like get a little shape, trying to get some weight, and trying to deal with this as well as, yeah, sure, I could just build a lifting body, but I'm just showing you ways that you can do this and use the stuff that you have on hand, so that it's not all about trying to find, trying to find other things that ain't going to help you out. Ate my tape options today. But we'll make do. Ah! This tape, whatever this is, sucks. Don't get it, people. Don't get it. It sucks. It does make it a little bit easy to tape down folds here and stuff. Okay. Got that there. This is poking up. I don't understand why. I mean, I kind of do, but driving me nuts. Driving me nuts, people. Driving me nuts. So I got a Pilum, and you see it sitting there, and it's got a cargo bay. I'm dealing with all kinds of problems still, though. So we're not done with the temperature yet. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be. We're almost there, people. We're almost there. See, I didn't even need to get into it with you guys. Just watching you build watching you go into detail on this Pilum. Pilum is a long ago name. Look it up, Pilum. You've seen it in the description there. Has to do basically with back in the day of how, like, okay, a javelin was pretty big, but a Pilum was even bigger. I made the mistake of calling it a javelin, so, but I've already had the arrow and the lance, and I thought spear was kind of stupid, so nobody got the spear. Trying to get this out. I will make true winglets on this one here. Because one thing you notice about these once you actually started building these is that it's like, it doesn't seem to matter. These planes are big and flying wingy enough that they just fly straight. So, those probably aren't even the same size, but I'm going to leave it alone. It looks pretty good. Okay, kind of stable, kind of strong. Metal kind of sucks. Let's see how good I did those. Measure these up here. So 10 to 12 and a half. From 10 to shit, way bigger. That size bigger. How's that even possible? I don't know. Anywho, got that going on. Don't like this very much, but what can I do? There keeps being a crease formed right here, so that when I hold it up right like this, there's a buckle. I'm holding it like you can see it up there. There's a buckle right here. It like droops. It doesn't have that on this side. You can see how easy it is to crease that. Part of it is the formation of this wing. So part of it could be that tape on there. Maybe I can fix that with some more tape. Ever take it like pow over there? It's like nothing that can't be fixed with more tape. I've never really believed that. God, you don't want to cut when there's nothing that piss me off. Alright, so what you want to do here, of course, is reblend back, which means I gotta go back to here. Do this. It's gonna be some extra weight, but who cares? Javelin. Who cares? It's a Pilum. Put it on board there. There we go. Now we don't have one wing heavier than the other. That's a crucial element. I think it's a crucial element. I don't think you want to make it like asymmetricality is not a good thing with these birds. If you haven't flown before, you'll learn it soon enough. Okay, now what I did there was tape that down because this was loose and flapping, but now what I'm going to do here is let this go because if you can see this, there's like a pinch forming. And I'm not trying to let it pinch. I want the pressure to be alleviated there. I mean, believe me, if there was a way to do this without actually doing the fold, I would have done it that way. And yes, it does look like a lot of tape, but keep in mind again, I'm dealing with my heavy-nosed interceptor, so it's not going to be that big of an issue. Right? I don't like this either, but can't seem to stop that. Then we need two more pieces in the back end. Stop these damn Delta Diamonds from falling away from the main wing plane. Don't like that either. There we go. Got the one there. Put the other one on the other side. That'll solve its problem. Why don't you cut? That's what happens whenever every creator gets really into his creations. Like, something's uncooperative and it just pisses him off. Yeah, it's pissing me off. Okay. It takes 20 minutes to get the tape to not stick to my fingers. Alright. Still doing that. Which I don't know why. So I gotta make that other one do that to do that same way. So I can't uncrease this side. Oh. Oh, so that body. Okay, so this body is not. Because this tape sucks. That's why. Gotcha. Right. This formed up nicely. It's not even taped, but it's staying put, whereas this side is not. So we're going to have to tape this down too. See what I'm saying? This shit sucks. It would rather break, like it just did. It would rather break than cut. Even though there's perforations to cut right there. So stupid. So fucking stupid. So taping the body down. Get that body blend. I'm going to leave it off of here if I can. When you're dealing with a plane this big, this large, and stuff like this, you don't have to worry too much about that symmetry we were talking about. Believe it or not, it's not that big of a deal. So this is the worst example ever I've seen about this crap. This is 2 3/8 long on this side, but this is... No, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was. Actually, not as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was worse than this, but it's not. This one's not that far off. So there. Got it nice and streamlined and big with a usable, cargo box. Some winglets. Probably give it a tail. That's annoying. And again, a usable cargo box, which sucks because the damn thing is like easy to open, but you can apply. Stick your staples in board, stick it firecrackers, pencil, pen, tape if you need it of some sort, even though this won't probably hold tape. Yeah, it flies like a rock, but it would fly like a rock because that's exactly what it's kind of supposed to do. How far did it go? It didn't even go across this halfway room that I've got here, let alone the whole way. It did land. And it's really loud when it comes in because, of course, look at it. There we go. So it's formed there, and we got ourselves a cargo Pilum. And that's how you make them. And that's how you make a cargo plane, I should say. If you have a version that you want to do, you take your interceptor, you upsize it, get yourself a calendar, Chinese menu calendar, poster board's bigger, but keep in mind that you start using that, it gets harder to fold. If you've got one of those like giant presentation pads you're supposed to write on with a marker, those are huge, but let me warn you, they're really, really weak, so you got to be ready for that. And you can either Muppet like OAE, go to Instructables and look at OAE stuff. He shows you how to build MUPs and MUP2s and EW things like fins that look like they're early warning, even though Piper airplanes don't do that. Not the point. The point is there's something to wear there, but the pods can hold stuff. Or you can just take boxes or tubes that you have and use it as, basically it's a form of structure, but then you have a cargo box on board that can hold a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I mean, your airlifters, depending on how you play it, is like how much do they carry, how much do you want them to carry, how far do you want them to go. Usually all you really need them to do is transport something to the forward edge of the battle area, so they need not be big. Or rather, I mean, They need not go far. They should be big, but they don't need to go very far. And as you see, Pilum, this is like a standard large size Pilum, so it's 16 inches long. It's not. This is about standard size, I should say. It's not over large, but it's about standard size. So you've got that. And you make whatever you want to make. Whatever your interceptor is, it usually takes it better. So we highly recommend the interceptor. They're very receptive to becoming larger, and then whatever you throw at them as far as weight gain and stuff like that is usually pretty handy. This is the first time I think I've ever put a box on a Pilum. I've put boxes on phases before when they actually were big, but this needs more weight. We'll see. I got to test fly it in the room. It kind of sucks, but if I could just get it to go the length of the room, I'm happy. So yeah, there's that. Throw some comments up there. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you like about it or whatever. See if you guys got any ideas on that there. And comments. Show me what I did right. Show me what I did wrong. Show me what you did. We'll try to build a flying wing on this later on. But thanks for coming out tonight. Got the show up there. That's how you build a transport. But whatever you do, man, just keep building them. Keep making them better.